What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I am Dom with the great man, Sauce. How you going?
Good, mates. Good to be back for another week. Um, and it's going to be a big show because it's AFL finals. The time has arrived. It's September. It's whether, you know, you dream of this stuff at the start of the season if you're playing and you want to be involved at this time of the season. And hopefully we see some ripping football matches this weekend. And that leads into another football because the NFL is back, Domo. It kicks off this, I think, Friday. It kicks off here in Australia, Thursday in the States. So there's that. And then
And there's the round ball football as well.
round ball lead up into international break. There's a bit of an international break this week. We'll go over the games and the results from the weekend. And UFC, there's a card on this weekend, so we'll have a look at that. And then as for Hobby Talk, we'll have a chat about Dom's most recent PSA submission. Dom.
Yes,
We'll have a bit more of an in-depth chat and
we can,
about,
for sure.
about what's happened. And we've got some packs. We've got some packs to rip as
We
well.
do.
Some Pokemon Destined Rivals packs. Thanks to our friends at Cherry that helped us out there when we went down there and visited them during the week.
I sold some of my cards, and you got a wheel and deal with old Dale over there. So yeah, you guys are $70 store credit, Dom. I'm like, yeah, no worries, mate. Packs of $14. I'm like, give me 8.
We got 8 packs. He had $70 credit. He got 8 packs. So you worked that one out. It was a good deal.
I said, come on, mate, hand them over. Come on, mate. You retail, you get them for like $2. Just hand them over, mate. This is a hold up. Give them over, mate. Almost walked out with the Patrick Mahomes top as well. Almost grabbed that and walked out and said,
that was nice.
Store credit.
Mate,
they had some nice stuff in there, actually. Jerry Rice San Francisco helmet was very nice as well.
Not saying that I had anything to do with the break-in that happened there a while back, but I'm not surprised that someone would give it a whirl because, I mean, did you see the stacks of cases that were just sitting there at the front of the store?
That was cases.
That was one of a sight for sore eyes, I would say, because there's nothing more than we'd love to just rip a fresh case. We've ripped one on this show. It was great. It was good fun, even though we didn't hit anything.
And we've got a little something, which it's not even a something, ladies and gents, but it's something that we want to create and turn into a something. And we asked a few questions when we were there because we saw a certain room that had a lot of certain things in there, and we were like, you know what, that could be a content opportunity. All I'm saying is we'd like to work with you, Cherry. So we'll help you out, and in return, we just get content. You don't need to pay us. Our fee's a bit too high, so content will justify it. But obviously need to run that past the Cherry boss Sauce. I'll run it past him. Don't worry. We've got a direct line, just like Shine does to Ken Golden. That's how we roll on this show. So don't worry about us. So anyway, let's get to the AFL and Sauce. The path to glory. It all starts on Thursday, and it is the Crows versus the Pies. Now, we've already given our tips. We both went Pies and we both went Cats for the first 2 games. Obviously, we didn't have the last 2 games because there was still results that had to be determined. So we both gone Pies and Cats. Anything you wish to change? Are you going to change your tip? You want to stick with your tip? You happy with Pies and Cats for the first 2 games?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to change. I think, look, Adelaide, are they going to be up for it? They've got not a lot of a heap of finals experience in that team. Obviously Texas, been there for a while, and he's being deep into September, but not a hell of a lot of other finals experience there. And I just feel like the Pies will be up for it. And have they laboured through the season to get to this point? Adelaide should be rightful favourites as they are. It's at home. It's on their home deck. They've been very good this year, but they're without one of their better players. I'd probably say a top 5 player on their list in ranking after the incident that happened a few weeks back against the Pies, funny enough. And now they meet here. Was it all a ploy by the Magpies at the time?
I'm telling you, it is going to kick off on that first bounce.
I feel like it's going to be big. It's going to be a massive Thursday night. I look forward to settling in and tuning in, just sitting back and watching it all unfold. I think the Pies will get the job done, but it wouldn't surprise me. It can go either way, ladies and gentlemen. It can go either way. I'll be honest with you, and most people will probably tip Adelaide, so that's why I've gone the Pies.
Yeah.
Plus, I had them to win the flag at the start of the year, so I've got to I've got to stick by my tip.
I've got the Cats beating Brisbane, and I've picked Brisbane to win the flag. So I still think Brisbane will win. I just think the Cats will get them. Then they'll have to go to Brisbane. Then they'll get a nice run into the finals, into the grand final. A couple home games. Yeah, that'll sort them out. They'll be all right. The Lions, in my opinion. Magda reckons who wins it all. As I said, Brisbane for me. They were my preseason tip. So I'm going to stick with them. Big trade rumors floating around, says Magda. Yeah, we will address a few of those at the end of our predictions. Carlton are a rebel. They sure are. I don't know what the hell's going on at that football club, but anyway, we'll see what happens
Carlton
with
that. Them both, mate.
Yeah, I know. We'll get to that. We'll get through these games. So the first one, well, these are the 2 games we haven't given tip for. So Giants versus Hawthorn at NG Stadium. And this is an elimination final source. Win or go home.
Is Jesse Hogan back? Hasn't played for a couple of weeks. They're going to bring
all
back
I think. Hogan back, Kelly back, and there was another player. So they get all their guns back.
I reckon the Hawks can roll them. I'm going to go the Hawks.
I'm also tipping the Hawks.
I feel like GWS have been too inconsistent this season. And if they bring any, sort of inconsistency that they've shown throughout the season at times into this game, I think the Hawks have too much quality. And the game could get away from them. So, yeah, I'm going to tip Hawthorn. I reckon they can get it done. And they're pretty fit. They're fit Hawthorn. All their players have, they've got a full list to choose from just about. And, most guys have played a few games now leading up to finals. They're not just coming off one game, then finals. They've played 3 or 4 games. Back from injury and now finals. So, and they've had a good run of form as well leading up here to finals. So, I'm going to go
they're very good, and I'm sticking with them as well, Source, for all reasons you just pointed out. So, James is going with Hawthorn as well in the chat. He says, good evening, gents. Are we having a funeral today? No, we're not, because United won, and we can address that when we get to EPL. So, no funeral yet. So, we'll just calm the farm. And the last game, Fremantle versus Gold Coast.
Freo.
You don't reckon the Suns have got it in them?
No, not over there. They'll fail when they've had a big test away from home. They've failed a lot of times this season, and it'll be no different.
Well, they cooked themselves not winning that game against Port Adelaide. That's pretty much just cost them. It cost them a top 4 spot, realistically. So, no good. I'm also going with Fremantle. So we've tipped exactly the same source.
We definitely know we're going to get 1 or 2 wrong there, I feel.
100%. All right, source. Couple trade rumours afloat. Some aren't trade rumours. Some are fact. And the first one is Ollie Hollands is gone. So he's been told to find a club elsewhere. due to his off-season issues. Latest changes, Ben Patton. Oh no, this is last year's stuff. Sam Day. I'm on a footy hanger, a zero hanger, and they just got some updates. What else we got? Who's this Richmond defender linked to trio of rivals? Tyler Young. So they're going to lose a young defender. Ben Miller, Noah Bolter, Gibgus, Luke Trainer, and Campbell Gray are the young backs they reckon they're going to stick with. So fair enough for Richmond. Circling Eagles for Jimby. And then obviously the three biggest ones at the moment, Source. Jordan Ridley from the
Wants
Bombers.
to go to Brisbane.
To Brisbane.
Well, that's the word, apparently.
Shit. So you're telling me the Lions could get Ridley, Draper, Oscar Allen, and they've got a top 5 pick in the draft because of their academy.
Can I say, mate?
Jeez.
Yep, I'm not sure about Draper where he wants to go, but yeah, he's I think he went on a podcast and said that he's still thinking about it. He hasn't made a decision. So
wow.
Yeah, look, there's nothing signed or sealed there. Ridley. Let's wait and see what happens. I mean, these things are all out of my control. I would like for them to stay at the club, but once again, Doma, how much control do you, me here sitting behind the microphone have? We don't have a lot. It's unfortunate that they don't want to stay at the club. I could probably see their reasons why, in part. I think Ridley expressed, he was a bit disgruntled with the situation around how the management of injuries, so many guys getting injuries and him himself consistently being injured. Wants to try somewhere else. Look, let's wait and see. It's a wait and see for me. We don't want to. We've invested so much time into these players. We need to add to them, not lose them. They are senior players and important players to the list. So let's
Zach Merritt.
Yeah, well, Zach Merritt's another one. If we don't turn around things in the next 2 years, Zach Merritt is just about good as gone, because I think he does want to win. But I think also the reality is, if he does want to win, have a higher chance to win, he probably needs to go now. He needs to go, because Essendon's not winning or getting close to a flag within the next 3 years. Just tell you that right now.
Yours is like a 5-year project, if anything.
Right? So I think if he does have that situation where he wants to win, he has to leave now. And it's best to do it while he's under contract, so we can get, obviously would have to get 2 first rounders for Zach Merritt. It just, if you don't, that'd be absolutely criminal. One would have to be a top 10 pick for compensation. You get what you can for him. But yeah, it would be disappointing to see him leave. But I wouldn't be surprised, not much, just because we're a rabble. Essendon is a rabble, man. The board has had a lack of stability. Coaching has had a lack of stability. They've signed on Brad Scott. They signed him on for an extra year when, I don't know why. Just.
Yes, Ben, apologies. It was Elijah Hollins, I think, is the one. Is that the one that's getting the boot? Elijah Hollins.
Yes,
sorry,
correct.
Not Ollie Hollins. My apologies. Yeah, so I see where he's coming from. He just needs to listen. If you're Zach Merritt and you're going to leave and you want to win, please leave for the fact of wanting to win. You need to go to a contender.
It would be hard for him to see him leave and then obviously not go to a contending team. That's So.
And obviously the last one, Source, is Charlie Curnow, potentially trade rumours with Sydney. So the Blues, mate, Blue supporters are like, oh, we'll get a couple guys, we'll be back up there next year, we'll make finals, could finish in the like sixth. I'm thinking to myself, if you lose Charlie Kerno, you're not finishing sixth. Like Jagger Smith and Nick Newman coming into your team isn't making you a top six side.
True.
That's the way I look at it personally. But it's like it's going to have to. I was listening to the radio today, and they were saying there probably have to be three teams involved in this one because Sydney's not giving you Goulden, Heaney, Warner. You're not getting plays of that ilk. No way. For Charlie Kerno, they'll probably give you like Logan McDonald. They'll give you like a dud forward. Papley's off the table apparently. His management said there's no chance. But this source comes down to this is the way that the footy landscape is. Even if the management doesn't want their guy to get traded, the football club should ultimately say, we want Charlie Kerno, so we're trading all these guys. Irregardless of what you want as a football player. Your contract
You're under
still
contract.
stands.
That's it.
You're gone. That's it.
That's something that they need to adapt. I mean, they took the free agency and they ran with that, and I think this is the next thing. If you're under contract, you should be able to be, traded at the release and at the discretion of the club. If you are out of contract, you have the say as the player, being a free agent. Then the power is with you. I think the sooner we get to that, it'll be better for all clubs.
It won't happen though because the AFLPA's got too much power, unfortunately, for the AFL. They've given them too much power. That's what happens. So, yeah, anyway, those are a few trade rumours, and we look forward to what is going to be a cracker first week of finals. To answer your question, James, did you review your All-Australian picks? It was actually on my other computer, the image, but that shit its pants, so I'm not able to access it. But I think Sauce and I saw each other during the week. I think we missed on only like 3 players.
3 or 4 players. We're pretty close.
We didn't put Battle in.
We stuff up on putting Jordan when he wasn't selected in the.
Yeah, wasn't selected.
Pre-selected. That was our stuff up, but.
So I think the three that
we had Jamie Elliott in there who didn't get selected.
Didn't get picked. Zach Bailey we missed. Jordan Clark we missed. Josh Battle we missed.
We had Worrell in there, didn't we?
We did put Worrell in there.
Yeah, and apparently it was robbed. They reckon.
So I think we missed it. I think we missed it on like 4 or 5.
If you get within 5, that's a pretty good effort.
Well, a bit stiff for Jordan Dawson not to be named captain.
Jeremy Cameron captain.
Yeah, that's a bit stiff. Anyway, let's move on. We'll see next week if I can get that image. I'll bring it up.
Over it. Yeah. Unfortunately, Dom had technical difficulties prior to the pod, so
it was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. So, all right, so let's move on to EPL. So, hopefully, there's some FOT mob there, and we can.
Yep, we're ready. We're ready to go, mate. Don't you worry about that. I'll bring it up so we can go over the games. We had the EPL, English Premier League, over the weekend. We had Chelsea defeating Fulham 2-0. Manchester United defeating Burnley 3-2. Sunderland defeating Brentford 2-1. Tottenham losing at home to Bournemouth 1-0. Wolverhampton defeated by Everton. Leeds and Newcastle play out a 0-0 draw. Brighton and Hove Albion defeats Manchester City 2-1. Nottingham Forest loses to West Ham 3-0. Liverpool defeats Arsenal 1-0. And Aston Villa loses to Crystal Palace 3-0. Doma.
Talk to me.
Manchester United 3-2 Burnley. Were they lucky to scrape away with it? We'll click in here. We'll have a look here. The momentum is dominated. 62%, 3.63 expected goals, 26 shots.
We should have probably had 5 in the first half, to be honest.
Um,
Is what it is.
you went up twice, they pegged it back twice, and then it took a 97th minute Bruno Fernandes.
Well, it should have been a draw.
Were you shitting yourself when he was stepping up after missing his latest one
Yeah, I was.
last week?
But this should have probably been a draw, this game. Just the Anthony for Burnley with the dumbest foul to give away that penalty against this side in the 94th minute. That honestly, Ahmad beat him, and there was 2 other defenders around him, Source, and he just decides, I'm just going to pull his jersey and hold him back. So Ahmad just goes to the ground, and when you put it in slow motion, you can see him just completely tug the shirt. Like, it was just, if you're a Burnley fan, you're spewing there because you should have walked away with a point, and you probably get Ruben Amorim sacked if we walk away with a draw in that game. But I tell you, I don't know. We start fast and we finish terribly, because against Fulham the week before, like I said to you, Cunha probably should have kicked a hat trick in the first 20 minutes of the game, and then it gets taken to a 1-1 draw, a 1-1 draw. I think, 1-1. Fernandes missed that penalty. If you know Fernandes doesn't miss that penalty, Source, all of a sudden we're top 4. Like
Small margins.
Yeah, that's exactly
Were you
right.
more impressed with the performance this week, though, that you put out? Ball movement
is good at times, but defensively, we let in 2 shit goals, to be honest. The 2
signed
good
a new
goals.
keeper, I see.
Yeah, we did. 2 good goals from
Needed
Burnley.
that. Can't have Banana in there.
No, can't. He didn't even keep. But the biggest story that came out of this was Matthias Cunha did his hamstring, so we're cooked.
Terrific.
So anyway, Banana.
Big upset here. Bournemouth defeating Tottenham. They outplayed him. Could easily. I watched that game dominate. Could have been 3-0. Honestly, Bournemouth dominated them. The 1-0 scoreline actually flatters Tottenham. Then Brighton Hove Albion defeating Manchester City. Manchester City, Haaland should have had a hat trick in the first half. Right? I'll just say this, Doma. Look, Zlatan Ibrahimovic would have finished 2 out of the 3. I'm just going to say it right now. We said ages ago that, Zlatan is a far better player than Haaland. I'll still stick by that.
Far better. He could be the way, mate. He could be 10 times better than Erling Haaland, if you ask me. 10
what
times
was the
better.
talk when he burst onto the scene and everyone was chasing his rookie cards and his rookie cards were going nuts?
He can't be better than Zlatan.
Come on, man. He can't even dribble the ball, man. He
The
can't
only
even
one thing-
dribble. He's got no dribbling.
The only one thing he has over Zlatan is that he's won a Champions League, and Zlatan never won a Champions League. It's the only thing he's going to ever have. He's never going to win a World Cup. You know what I mean? Like, he might win a Ballon d'Or, but all signs, if he didn't win it that year, that he broke the record in the Premier League for goals, I don't see him ever winning it, to be honest.
That's a fair point.
He's rubbish. As I said last week, I think he's become so dependent on his style of getting fed the balls from the elite players that it looks like he's just lazy on developing his personal game. Like you said, he can't even dribble, mate. He's a big unit.
But as a striker, even the levels to his game, you should be able to pick up the ball outside the box, shimmy, shake, get it out from under your feet and have a crack, use your strength, shrug off a guy and, shoot from outside the box. He doesn't do any of that. You know what I mean? He's
just a poacher. That's all he is. He's just a poacher.
Exactly right. He's a poacher, finisher, one touch finishing.
But people say that's all they need. But if you're not giving him the service, you're not getting any of it.
You're not getting nothing. So outside of that, he's pretty useless. Then we had Liverpool defeating Arsenal. I watched the game. Look, it was a shocking game. I'll just say this from both teams. Both teams pretty average in attack. Liverpool, for being at Anfield, they allowed Arsenal to have a lot of the ball. I feel like they could have pressed us a bit more. We were playing pretty well through the press. Zubamendi, I'm not sold, Doma. You know, our new signing, they've put him in there. You know, all right, he's good at passing the ball, but defensively, he's a massive liability. He's a massive liability, and teams are going to work that out in the Premier League, and they're going to attack him. He's good offensively, but defensively, and he's forced to play in that centre midfield. He's not good. I'm not sold on him just yet. Look, I'll give him a few more games, but we'll see. We miss Saka. You know, Madukeke did okay, but you know he's no Saka on that right hand side. Yeah, look, Liverpool, they get the win from the Szoboszlai strike. I'm not sure if you've seen the free kick. It was an absolute pearler, Dom.
It was nice.
I was watching the game live. I literally just put my hands up, just went like, bro, like, you deserve to. Pretty much, I was literally, because I think he kicked that in about that just after the 80th minute. I was saying you deserve to win the game. Like Liverpool, you deserve to win, because really we haven't. I can't say we've missed chances or we missed a bunch of chances. We didn't really create a lot up until that point. Maybe we had one decent chance. That was it. You know, up to that point.
How did Gyökeres go?
I feel like he didn't get the service that he needed. A few times they could have fed him the ball. I think still they're working on that chemistry. I do feel like he's going to suit the Premier League. Like he's got the strength. You know, he's not going to get pushed around. He's not soft on the ball, which is what you need in the Premier League. But look, the whole team as a whole didn't play too well, and it's a little bit of worrying signs, I will say, because to sign all these players, bring in all these new players, and then struggle to create chances from open play again, the same troubles we're having last season. Like, we need to fix this issue. You know, as I said about that game, Liverpool deserved to win. Amazing strike. And, you know, Arsenal, we got a lot of work to do. And now we're already behind the 8 ball, 3 points against Liverpool. So we've seen last season, they got off to a great start and just couldn't rein them in. So, you know, you can't allow them to get out to 6 point lead, even 9 point lead, you know, if they do. You just can't.
Definitely. No, you're on the money there. Like, every game does count if you're going for the title and you are the top 2 teams. And the 2 favourites probably to win it. So, yeah, it's your first drop of points. You just got to hope now that when all the Champions League and stuff comes into play, Liverpool drops some points here and there as well. So, yeah, no games this week.
No games this week, correct, because it's international break. So we got games back on the 13th of September. So I'll leave those to preview next week on the show. And then as for that, you know, we just got some international football. So tune into that. I think there's some World Cup qualifying matches and on the lead. You know, it's a big 12 months, Doma, because there's World Cup qualifying and seeing who's going to get in.
We've got 10 months to the World Cup.
Exactly. Next year, we have the World Cup. So it's a big 12 months of football.
Italy, have we got our qualifiers this week? Because we have to watch them pretty intently, considering we don't make World Cups anymore.
Fixtures, let's have a look. They have World Cup qualifying. First match is this Saturday against Estonia, and then they're versing Israel and Estonia and Israel in this round of games. And then there's another month until the next round.
Where are they on the table, Italy?
Table that hasn't started. So this is the beginning of the World Cup qualification. And you can actually, this is the European one. So you can actually, I'll bring this up. Actually, I'll show you guys,
because we need to win every game, mate.
I'll show you guys. This is the World Cup qualification. So you've got Group 1, Germany, Luxembourg, North Ireland, Slovakia. It shows Group 2, Kosovo, Slovenia, Sweden, Switzerland. Group C, Belarus, Denmark, Greece, Scotland. Group D, Azerbaijan, France, Iceland, Ukraine. Group E, Bulgaria, Georgia, Spain, Turkey. Group F, Armenia, Hungary, Ireland, Portugal. Group
Should get
G,
through there.
Finland, Netherlands, Poland, Lithuania, Malta. Group H, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Austria, Romania, Cyprus, San Marino. Group I, Norway, Israel, Italy, Estonia,
Wow.
Moldova.
They should be winning.
They should
They should
be
be
look.
winning
The
that game.
toughest team there is Norway, and then Group
They've,
J, North
they've played
Macedonia,
one game
Wales,
and won,
Belgium,
have they?
Kazakhstan.
On the two games.
First round group thing. Hang on, what are these? No, I don't know what I've done there. Hang on,
You done.
Either, but they're 1-1 Italy.
they're 1-1. Hang on, when I click table, yeah, there we go. They are. They've played a few. Hang on, where is it? What the fuck's Italy? Yeah, 1-1.
No,
So
they need to beat both of them. Israel
they
and
lost.
Estonia.
They lost to Norway 3-0.
Shit.
Their last qualifying. That's what I said. There you go. Haaland scored.
Yeah.
Odegaard assist. Anyway, enough for that.
All right, let's get to F1 because we have the Dutch Grand Prix source and Aussie Oscar Piastri gets the W, wins again, which is fantastic. He wins by 1.2 seconds over Max Verstappen in second, and congratulations to Isaac Hadjar in his first podium for the Racing Bulls. He finishes third, Georgie Russell in fourth, Alex Albon in fifth, Ollie Behrman up into sixth in the Haas, which is great. So Williams in fifth. Somehow Lance Stroll finished seventh, Alonso eighth, Sonoda ninth, Ocon in 10th. And then we don't really worry about anyone else except for Antonelli, the Italian, who finished second last, which is not good. He's been struggling. And then Norris, Leclerc, and Hamilton, all DNFs. Now, listen, Source, I'm only 22 laps into this race out of 70 laps. I was watching it last night. So I will get around to finishing the whole race. But I do know Lando Norris, I think, had engine failure. So
DNF.
not what you want in the driver standings, because now he's dropped to
How many points behind?
34 points behind Lando. So
wow.
behind Piastri. So Oscar's got a race and a bit on him.
Massive. Huge.
That's so big. So
Huge.
big.
Could be the first winner since Alan Jones, Doma.
Yes,
First Australian winner since Alan Jones. We fact checked that before the pod.
We did fact check that. Oh, that's unbelievable. He's in a very, very, very good position at the moment.
What was that? 1980, 45 years ago, I think.
That'd be massive.
So last time an Australian won the Formula One championship.
And of course, this week it's Monza Source, the Italian Grand Prix. It's going to be an absolute cracker.
Great track.
It's going to be a cracker, mate. 11 p.m. on Sunday. So tune in for that one. Hopefully Oscar can get another W there and just move on his merry way. Just keep adding. He needs to just keep building that lead slowly. So, yeah, we'll look forward to seeing what is next for Oscar Piastri. Beautiful Source. All right, next. What do we got? NFL week 1 starts this Friday. 10:20 a.m. Cowboys versus Eagles. Wow, this could be plus 20.
Thomas, that's a big call. I think the bookies only got it at 7.5. I think
this could be plus 20.
There you go. Gamble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen.
The Cowboys stink. Chiefs play on Saturday at 10 a.m. against the Chargers. They're the only 2 games, Friday and Saturday. And then Monday we have a whole host of games. We've got Buccaneers at Falcons, Bengals at Browns, Dolphins at Colts, Panthers at Jags, Raiders at Patriots, Cardinals at Saints, Steelers at Jets, Giants at Commanders, Titans at Broncos, 49ers at Seahawks, Lions at Packers, Texans at Rams, Ravens at Bills. That's a cracker on Monday at 10:20, and then Tuesday Vikings at Bears. There are no buys in week 1, Saucy. So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm just trying to get back into the NFL. I took pretty much last season off. So getting back into that, bit of college football as well. So yeah,
Boys back. Yep. If that's your thing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many sports I can physically follow. It's quite difficult um, to keep up
so
with
yeah,
everything. We
I'm
also
trying.
got the US Open on at the moment, Domo, and I think it's down to the last 8 or
What's up?
16
Quarters. Yeah, last 8.
quarters. I see Demon won today, Sinner won today, Alcaraz is through, Djokovic is playing tomorrow. So just the usual suspects down to the last 8. I think it is the last 8 that's at the moment.
Mhm.
So yeah, look, there's a lot of sport going on, and this weekend we've got a UFC card, Doma. This weekend, upcoming, Imanov versus Barolo. I'll bring it up. I've got it prepared. Here we go. Got the
Alcaraz again, probably, says James. Sinner versus Alcaraz in the final.
most
Probably.
likely. Nazardine Imamov against Kaiko Borello in the middleweight. And then Benoit Saint Denis against Maurizio Ruffi. Bolaji Oki against Mason Jones. Modestas Bukakas against Paul Craig. Fares Ziam against Cal Fernandez. Patricio Pitbull against Losene Kieta. That's the main card. And that starts from 5 a.m. Where is this? Is this in France? So it's in France, this card. Prelims kick off from 2 a.m. So it's actually, you know what? It's actually a really good good card for just a fight night. It has some cracking
Is it
fights on
me
here.
or is Mauricio Rufy? It's like he's fighting every second week, mate. I feel like he's just fighting every second week. Really, it just I feel like you say his name at least once a month.
Fight win streak. He's on a 7-fight win streak. 11 fights won by knockout.
Yeah, where has it got the date on there?
March 9th.
March 9th. Was that his last fight? Oh, okay. It feels like you've been saying his name a lot.
Mr. Rufy. Let's see if he can get the win this weekend.
Rufy.
There you go, Doma. UFC. There's I'm not sure if anyone's been tuning into Dana White's Contender Series that's been going on at the moment. So there's also that. If you want to tune into that,
man. There's so much sport.
You've got the ability to watch the replays. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's only going to get busier because like NFL's back, and then in a month, next month NBA will be back.
NBA will be back. It all kicks off again.
Crazy.
It doesn't stop. It's what we love. Keep living, loving, and breathing.
Footy will end, but we'll get 2 big sports back. That's for sure. So, anyway, that's the sport programming done for this evening, and we're on to our hobby talk. Well, at least we've got some packs to rip tonight as well. Eventually, but Source, there was a show on Sunday.
There was, and I had the pamphlet here, but I think I threw it out the other day. So anyway, tell us what it was. Tell us about it because you went down.
I'm so bad with the names of these shows.
It was a TCG.
It was a
show?
TCG show. I want to get the name because I want to give them a shout out.
We want to get it correct.
See if I can find them in my story. I should have been a bit more prepared. What do you reckon? More than likely. Fuck, there's so many stories we've got on this podcast account. I haven't put anything in this story. Well, that's not going to help me, is it? Anyway, Oh, you know how I find it?
You know, I sent you the pamphlet, didn't I?
Go to Car Field, mate. They were there. Here it is. Collector's Paradise. Collector's Paradise Trading Card Show. Source that was held on in like a fitness gym in a warehouse area of Mahoney's Road in Reservoir. So in Thomastown, sorry. It was small. It was a bit like the Collector's Choice card show that we went to a couple of weeks ago. I felt though that there was a little bit more room to move. But the one thing I've noticed when it comes to shows, when it comes to sports cards, you're able to get in there and have a look and move on pretty quickly because people know what they're looking for. The one thing I've noticed with the TCG crowd, when it's smaller, bro, they're just around the table because they might be dealing with that person all the time outside of a show. And to get in to just have a look at the cases to see it was on display was pretty hard, to be honest. I was like, just popping my head over people and just trying to see what was there, in all honesty. And I was actually looking for one card in particular, and it was your PSA 10 Suicune card that you're trying to get the set.
Japanese,
There was a Raikou there in a PSA 10. That was the only one I seen. But I kept an eye out just in case. I did. If you've seen my latest video on the grading, you would have seen the two cards that I got graded. But there was a Poncho Pikachu Rayquaza at the show as well, which was
massive.
Nice to see. It was really nice to see in person. So yeah, some nice cards, some big cards there, but yeah, it was packed.
Small, but it was busy. So it's just,
busy.
I mean, people are fiending for these sort of in-person shows, get out and about, something to do. And yeah,
a raffle, sausage sizzle, coffee van.
Congrats to the people that put these things on and then have a crack, and it's good. I think also we need to have these these smaller ones, because the reality is not everyone can. And Collect Fest was big, grand, and mighty, but not everyone can afford to set up at Collect Fest, because I would assume it wouldn't be cheap. I do know
no way.
In the past, other events that had set up at a place like that, it was quite expensive. I mean, when you got the Hobby Hangout, I think you're talking about $200 a table for Hobby Hangout, around that, and I think Collect Fest and that might be more expensive than that. So you need these other shows like the Melbourne Card Fair, where it's $60 a table, the Collector's Card Choice $30 a table for vendors to set up. You need these smaller shows, and then it gives an opportunity for more people. And look, it's crazy. It's crazy to see where we've come from, Doma. To barely to coming out of the scamdemic, and shows opening up again to the public. We had one show, Doma. We had one show, right? The Melbourne Card Show, run by Shano, who still runs the show. And as much as some people want to diss on parts of the show, it's old, it's the same old people. Oh yeah, but you know what? It was good because we had something, and now it's just next level. Now we've just got so many different shows. We had people organizing shows on the same day. One over here, one in Port Melbourne, one in North Melbourne. It's just, it's getting mental. It's getting mental. Really, it really is. And now, coming up to the Oz National later this month. What is it? The 21st of September, Doma. It's
20th and 21st.
20th and 21st. We're doing the first ever 2-day card show event And then not only that, they're also doing the if you buy a ticket on the Saturday, there is a after hours trade show organized at the same venue at Marvel Stadium in a different room to where the actual show is, in another room, because they've got a few different rooms along there. And it's open to anyone that purchased a ticket to the Saturday, or if you've got the ticket for the both days, then you're obviously allowed to enter the trade show. But the first time anyone's ever done something like that. We sort of hear about the experience that people have in America when they go to the shows there. It's just next level. I mean, with a friend of the show, Jay, has talked about it. He goes, it's just next level. You go there and you finish at the show, and then you got people in the hotel lobbies laying out their cards on the floor, and people making deals in the hotel lobby, and then you've got trade nights, after the show closes, say at 5 or 6 o'clock. Then people are going to a trade night from 7 till 9:30, and it's full on. So I just, I think people are going to get a real feel for what it could be if you were to, go over to the States and go to shows and things like that over there at some point if you're traveling from here. So yeah, look,
but it's really good in Collector's Paradise.
Awesome.
The crew there did a great job, and it's for a first go at it. It was great. I think there was, off the top of my head, I reckon there was about 20 vendors. Off the top of my head, I think it was about 20. Could have been a little bit more.
Most of them were Pokemon, or
they were all TCG. I think Sunny from Card Fever and one other person had some sports cards.
Had a little bit of sport. Okay,
I think
it was advertised as a TCG.
It was good. It was good to see, man. It was really good to see, though. There was a lot of people that I'd never seen before in the TCG space as well. So, which is always good, just to familiarize yourself with a lot of these people. So yeah, it was good. What do we got next? Next up, grading is on the cards. I went and did something that nobody thought either of us would do, and grade with PSA. We always bought with PSA, never graded with PSA.
If it ain't PSA, don't bring it my way.
So
as Kendrick Persons was paid thousands of dollars to say on his IG.
So the experience and everything, if you watch the video, I give you the whole background about the card. I'm not going to get into it. Go watch the video if you want to understand a bit more about the cards and how I secured them, how I went about it, and all that jazz. Do yourself a favor, just go watch that video. I explain everything in there. The one thing I didn't explain, I explained obviously the grading fee, and then I got upcharged. And I said I'd talk a bit more about it with Saucy on the podcast. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it with Saucy on the podcast, because we've got more time and we can discuss it. But until you go through it yourself, like I know it's funny, we can always pass judgment. And to some extent, we'll write on some of the stuff that we said. But until you go through it yourself, you don't really know what some of these collectors are going through. And I do know what happens, because if you can't pay your grading fee, you're never going to get your cards back. So, like, unfortunately, if I couldn't pay the fee, Lane has to hold on to my card until I can pay him. Now, don't get me wrong, he probably would be willing to help out someone with a payment plan or whatever. I don't know how that works. I didn't have to go down that path, so I'm not going to speak on behalf of their shop or anyone else on how they do things to get the grading fee paid off so the person can get their cards back. But the thing is, when you send those cards, it was $600 a card for me, and we put in a certain band. Now, when those cards were heading over to the States to get graded at PSA, they were hot, so they were going up in value. And straight away I said to Source, these pricks are going to upcharge me. And we're on the money, and that's because you saw the 10. I got a 10, so obviously it was an upcharge. Now, the thing that is so frustrating is, as I said in video, I think I liquidated about 30 to 35% of my PC. So I got rid of a fair bit of shit. And there's a few cards in there I was like, I don't really want to part with, but I'm like, you know what? Stuff it. It's an opportunity to get these graded. If I can get them sold, then, I can use that to help myself out. So in doing certain things. So anyway, while the cards are over there, they're going up. And I said to Source, how is it if somebody sends a card over there, for example, we'll say the card's worth $2,500. What happens if that card explodes and it goes hot and there's a backlog and that $2,500 card, just say it's really low numbered, it becomes $50,000 card, for example, or a $20,000 card, and the upcharge is huge, and you've pack pulled this or you've got it in a break spot, yeah, and you've paid nothing to get it over there because you're like, oh, I just want to get it graded, or you think there's value in it, and the value does go up. It's the upcharge is not on the point of like that they receive the card. The upcharge is whenever they get around to grading it, they'll do the price check, and if it's gone up 10 grand, you're gonna have to go pay the upcharge on whatever the band that it's in there. And some people might not be able to afford the grading. So that's the one element of grading that's cooked, because we're sitting here going, fuck, remember the days where you could grade cards for peanuts? Now they've got the whole band system. It's like, oh, if it's 10 grand, it's worth this much. If it goes above 10 grand, you've got to pay an extra this much, and blah, 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 blah. So that's the frustrating side of it all. So I paid $1,200, and I got an email from the hobby AU saying, listen, they've charged you an upcharge for one of your cards. It's going to be an extra $600. So I was in it for grading for $1,800 in the end, which, in all honesty, I'm in those two cards now for about $2,000 overall. So yeah, but $2,000 to grade two cards.
There you go.
So
Kate says upcharges are the best. I've got upcharged $100 for a Mbappe, and by the time he got it back, he sold it for less than the grading fee. Mate, don't tell me that was during the great time when PSA got that crazy backlog, and you had people on a show called what was that other? Oh, that's right, the crossover. Those two gentlemen, they were telling people, just get your cards in there anyway. Just get him into there, even though there's a backlog. Just get him in there and get him in line. And all those people that sent in all those base crap and got it stuck in that backlog ended up getting it all back eventually, and it was worth less than what they had paid for it. And even people were buying ridiculously priced singles and sending them and getting burnt on that. That is the shit thing about PSA and their grading system. But the reality is, in this hobby, if you want any significant return on your graded cards, PSA, it must be in a PSA slab. I don't decide that. We've tried to fight this battle a number of times on this show and go back and forth with people. You know what? I'll put my hand up and say it was a losing battle, because not that we're wrong in terms of the manner in which we were saying, is PSA's opinion really any much better than some other grading companies' opinions? I would say it isn't. It's been proven that with the number of people that have just cracked and resubbed, and then got upgrades. You've got people altering cards with Kurt's Come Care kit, and they say they don't want to accept it, but they can't detect it. You've got the guy thanking Kurt's Come Care in the head office for the Wemby 1/1, saying he used it, and they still gave it a PSA 10. Like, it's all corrupt, yeah, the grading. I'm just telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's corrupt, all right? And it's sad, because really all it's doing is taking more money out of the hands of collectors and putting a 30-cent piece of plastic around your card to protect it, when you could use, you've got What's our friends of the show that we had on that time? That's right, Vanity Slabs. They're
Vanity
still about Vanity Slabs. It's what's it called? The Tupperware container for your cards. I think
That's right.
he's explained it as. And I used to have one around, and I'd still promote. But if you Google Vanity Slabs in our YouTube videos, you can see the whole thing. I think they're still about. Henry was his name, the owner.
Yeah, Henry.
You're better off just using that. It's just, the whole grading scenario, Doma, we know it's just crazy. But unfortunately, that's the way the hobby is. And it's not going to change because too much is invested, too much of the high end and everything is so ingrained into the PSA culture, man. Like it's just nuts to me. Like, and at the same time, you've got people out there still faking PSA slabs and doing dodgy business stuff with it. Like you pay all these upcharges, you pay these crazy amounts for your grading, but there's no guarantee that someone else couldn't recreate your label and try
and
and
other
do
the
some
other
dodgy business.
frustrating
Like,
part about it is as well. Brett says he's been upcharged 3 cards in 2 of my 3 subs. And then Cade said, it's true, man. High-end stuff has to be in PSA for the guarantee high-end money coming in. Like the guarantee, it's like Tommy Boy, you want to take a crap in a box and write guarantee on the side. But the other frustrating thing is, so the card I got an 8 on, so there's about 28, there's 28.57 in the total pop for that card.
yeah.
There's 2,000 tens, 2,074 tens out of that 28.57, and there's only been 171 eights given. Now, when I got the 8, it's very obviously scarce to get an 8. It's very rare because it comes straight out of the plastic into a top loader, integrating. And obviously you're sending the cards there because they are of high value. You want to try and get the most value as you can as a collector. And this comes back to the biggest pet peeve that we've had on this show since day one, that we've called out Nat Turner about a gazillion times, that he denied to come on the show when we asked him, is like, now that I've gone through the experience, I want to know why I got the 8. And I'll never know. But see, Brett, if I wanted to crack it and resub it, I've got to pay an extra $600, and then if it does get a 10, it gets upcharged. I've got to pay another $600 again. So I'm going to get $1,200 for a card. So I understand the value of the card, and people say, yeah, but if you sell it, the value of the card, you're going to make your money back tenfold. But it's like, that's not the purpose of it. What happens if I crack it and resub and it gets an 8 again? You know what I mean? That's the only thing. And that's where we've always said from day dot, as much as, oh no, for that one, the upcharge cage, I got a 10 on that one with my upcharge. The other one just stayed at the flat 600 and I had nothing.
Yeah, look, it's part of the reason that we thought that some other grading companies would work. Had other ones trying to come up and take market share. But the reality is, PSA is the only grading company they should be going with. Beckett, they've fallen off a cliff. SGC was bought out by PSA, and they've labeled it a boutique label grading company. So I'm guessing my Shaq rookie SGC's worth peanuts now to Coaster.
Cage said, ask them when you agreed to the upcharge, ask for the grading notes. Is the upcharge though is the grading notes only on the upcharged card or for both cards? Because they upcharged me on one card of the 2.
Yeah. Well,
I can ask. I can send them an email.
I don't think you want you need grading notes if you get a 10. You only want grading notes if you get a 9 and less, because you want to know what's the go.
So anyway, it is what it is. But that's what I mean in terms of, see, the difference is, like, you got to go, this would be good. Like if you can access the grading notes, but if you had subgrades, you wouldn't have to access any grading notes. You know what you got in your happy days. You're like, oh, okay, edge is shit, or the centering's no good. Well, yeah, I can contact PSA, but 2K for 2 cards. Yeah, 100%. But I assume that they probably send the grading notes anyway to the bulk sub, so I can just ask them as well.
Potentially.
So, yeah, it's good to know. Thanks, Cage. Appreciate that.
There we go. Now that you've been through it again, when are you
So-
sending your next sub?
I've got nothing else to grade, to be honest. That's it. I'm done for the rest of my life.
Nothing
Now I'm back to just hoping to God that I pull something in here
collecting.
to send, or else I'm cooked. Grading notes on an 8 or a 9 is like asking for feedback on your relationship with an ex-girlfriend.
Well, Brett, it's just so you know where you have to apply Kurt's kit to.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Yeah, you know. You ended up buying him Marc Jacobs shoes instead of Louis Vuitton. That's where you went wrong. So that's I'll tell you what, the grading notes will tell you that too. So she's expecting a 7-figure bank account or 9-figure bank account, whatever, on a golf course, but you come home with 4 figures because you sell cards for a living. Guys, you selling stuff? I am. How many times can you hear, no, this time is different, before you realize that, no, it's not different at all? Yeah. It's funny. It's very funny. Anyway, that was the experience.
The market is hot in some places, and you got to take that opportunity, when it arises. You always got to take the opportunity to sell and take some profits on some cards. You're silly not to, really. Because at the end of the day, we're collecting cardboard. Let's just not forget that.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though the cardboard can look as sick as this. Let's do a patch. That.
Yeah, it is nice.
It's a beauty.
It is a seller market at the moment. Shine sale got everyone up and about. I'm tired of selling when the prices are coming back down. Selling into the bubble. I'm selling some stuff. Have to. Yeah, you know what you should sell, Cage? Or you're Messi, because he's rubbish. Sell out of Messi and buy Ronaldo because he's undervalued, mate.
Well, that's one thing that we can have a chat about. You've got all these. How often do we see and people talking about event, and they're saying, oh, the World Cup's coming next year in the US, and the build-up's going to be massive, and people are buying these soccer cards and whatever, and to try hope that they're going to go up because of the interest of the World Cup. And then the World Cup comes and goes, and the event comes and goes, and we see it with other events, and there's no real price bump. And the actual price bump within the cards, within the market, is actually on the predecessing 6 months prior before the event, is all the hype up on the lead up.
Yes,
and that's where you should
prospecting on who's going to.
And that's where you should be selling to those people that really, ideally, they probably, maybe they can get a little bit more bump in price, but they're not going to get that same bump as if you were 2 years before the event buying cards and then selling it sort of, I would say 8 to 6 months before the event, 8 to 4 months before the event. And then those people are buying it 4 to 5 months before the event. You understand?
I agree with you, and I agree with Cage 100%.
So I feel like
there's no point waiting. Just sell them.
I feel like a bit of that is happening at the moment, especially with some of the soccer cards and soccer market, football, world game, soccer for people in the States, and football for everyone else around the world. I feel like some of that is happening. So I'm buying Suarez. I'm salivating over his prices.
I was about to say that after you said that Messi can't even beat Seattle, I was going to say you should start investing in Suarez, and you've come and commented this. That's great. Yeah, with bite marks and all.
You should get the one with the tooth relic, mate. It's got a piece of his tooth in there.
Oh, I'll tell you. Anyway, it's a good experience, and it's something that I guess you got to go through something once in your life. So, yeah.
Well, I have
next.
my own
You're next.
grading experience there to come through with and chat about, which I will sort my stuff out and film the rest of my video so I can post it so we can talk about it next week on the show and I will get it out this weekend, the video, so you guys can watch that and we can have a chat about it next week on the show.
Beautiful sauce. All right, let's rip some packs, mate.
Rip some packs. All right, let's. Oh shit, wrong one.
What have you done?
Wrong one.
Great start
All
to the day.
I'll
guys.
start off.
Last
I've got
video.
one pack. Doma's got 8 packs. Destined Rivals.
Oh,
Here we go.
Well, we should probably bring up what we're trying to get.
Oh, hang on. All right. Yes. Hang on. Do that.
I just remembered sauce. So.
Do you have it there, Eddie?
Yeah,
I haven't. I've opened the top, so I don't.
I don't know how am I going to zoom in here. Does this do the same? Oh yeah.
There you go. All right,
Alright,
so Destined Rivals.
This
Pokemon.
Mewtwo. We're looking for this Mewtwo here.
Yep.
I think, and we're looking for. I think this Giovanni, and this Mewtwo here.
Trainer.
That Mewtwo there. I think that's the chase. This Mewtwo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then
Team
there's
Rocket Mewtwo.
then there's the gold Mewtwo here.
Here we go. Well, if we hit one of those, we're going to absolutely lose it.
If you hit in your first pack, because you have been on the pack heater, you are genuinely the pack god. If anyone's hitting it, you're hitting it right now. I don't know what the card trick is either.
I don't know what the card trick, but I see something shiny there. So we've got something.
If you hit it in your first pack, it'll be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
All right, here we go. My hands are a bit.
Clan Pearl, Ponyta, Scraggy, Team Rocket something, Metang, Nido Queen.
Nido Queen. There goes good looking cards.
Scrappy, and you're going to hit it.
There's something shiny there.
Next. It's the next card. Is it?
Wuzell, that's a reverse holo. That's a Tyranitar, Team Rocket's Tyranitar. I don't know if that's
nice.
a holo.
Yeah, it's a holo. Looks
holo
good.
Too. That's not bad. That was my holo there. That's my hit.
Oh, okay.
The Tyranitar.
A nice looking card.
Team Rocket Tyranitar. There you go. It's a holo. You just can't really see the holo because the light's not really.
You can't on this side. You can of the.
It's actually a really nice card. I'm happy with that. All right, we'll take it.
Here we go. It's always nice to rip something outside of AFL, to be honest.
Oh, don't get me started on that. I missed the Brilliance release. I forgot all about it on Sunday. I had an alarm set.
Oh yeah, shit.
I was supposed to get a box so we could rip it.
Oh, I don't know what I've got.
Too bad I'm not buying it from secondary market.
Baldum, Chingling, Grimer. Don't know what that is. Oh, Ampharos. Is that a holo? Damn it. That's one of my favorite Pokemon, actually. From Gold and Silver. No idea what that is. Is a reverse holo, I think, of Leopard, Meowth, and Articuno.
Pokemon cards, the best. They make the best bookmarks, Doma. That's what
Tell you what, the holos look so good.
Yeah, this Tyranitar holo is very nice.
I'll sleeve it. I won't top load it, but I like it. I'll put that in my
Tyranitar in a top loader.
I'll put that in my collection. I've got a binder full of them. Do you guys play against each other? No way.
Mate, I didn't even know how to play Pokemon, the actual game. Like, I know how to play the Game Boy game and the game on Nintendo Switch, but the actual
we could be on here
card game, no.
Could be on.
Come on, Doma. Come on.
Baltoy, Sudowoodo. Can't even see what that is. You can see the shiny card right there, but I have no idea if it's full art.
That's a reverse.
Pineco, Sacred Ash. Ooh,
Oh, it is. What is
some
it? EX something.
Dondozo, some giant fish. It's a big F off fish. Yeah, it's a nice looking card. It's got the stars in it, a bit like my Pikachu cards actually. Take that. The good thing about
Very
opening
nice.
eight packs is not much rubbish. So obviously, if we can get the box hit or a case hit, imagine you hit a case hit off 8 packs or 9 packs that Dale's given out to us from Cherry. That we've done a highway robbery on to get extra packs. What do we got? Macargo, Psyduck, and another full art. There you go.
Not bad.
Mabo Stiff. Okay. Mabo Stiff sauce. I'll tell you what, there's some sick looking. I'd love to get one of these Team Rocket cards though. Obviously, if I get the thing, it'll be nice. The Mewtwo, but I'll tell you, the Nido King and stuff look good. Obviously, that's our era of playing the game. Nido King and stuff like that. Even Ho-Ho looks good. That's our era. Oh, that's nice. Lapras.
Lapras, very nice.
I seen someone price this card up at about $35 at the show on the weekend.
Well, yeah, mate. It's going for $27 on TCG Player,
Say
$40
USD.
on eBay. I think that's USD as well.
Oh,
There you go. That's pretty much all your packs back on that card. $27 on TCG Player, and I believe that's in USD. So
what we'll do is we'll put this one away for
about
10
a
years.
$40 card.
I'll put this. James, tell your missus you got a Mabo Stiff and see what she says. Let me just go wake her and ask her, James, and see what happens. I'll tell you what, I won't have anything to get a stiff if I woke her up right about now. She cut him off. As simple as that. But that's a nice looking car. I did see someone have that for like $35.
Yeah, there you go. Misty's Lapras. Yeah.
It stuck out to me. You know why? Because I know a lot of Misty cards, full art cards, they actually sell really well.
They do sell well. Yes.
So I've seen it, and I've gone, and I like Lapras. So it stuck out like dog's balls. Is that a hollow? No. Metatite, Swallow, and what is this? Hydrackle. I'll tell you what, these hollows look so sick. What have I got? 3 packs left.
Yeah, look, one thing I'll say, I'm happy with the way that they're designing the design of the cards and the full art now. Better than, remember they had it for a while there, all the sort of, the hit cards were all those rainbow rares?
Yeah.
For a while there.
It got a bit out of hand.
It got a bit out of hand, like everything was a rainbow rare. It was just bizarre. I just feel like it didn't hit the spot.
Here we go. He's one from our day. Electabuzz, Rosalia, Porygon, Rotom, Muck, Metang again.
Anyone that plays this, you can have that.
Cyndaquil,
Redeem.
MC's Hype. Oh, Zapdos Hollow. Nice. So if you had an Articuno Hollow and a Zapdos Hollow, how about you give me the Moltres?
But that's not the full. That's not like the full art because there's one where they've got
Oh, the full art ones look amazing. I'm hoping I hit one of those in these next 2 packs, and I'll be G'ing up hard. Oh, Slugma, Yanma, Gibble. Don't know what that is. Maccabi Diva. What do we got? Roserade. Hello. Alright, so it's last pack. It's not looking good for one of those big ones, but at least they hit the Lapras. We'll take it.
Put the Lapras.
We'll see what we get here. Nothing. Base, Skarmory, Starmie. Here we go. It's just a Macago. That's okay. That's okay.
That's all
We'll
right.
take this, but
Not too bad.
yeah,
Hang
we'll
on.
take that.
Hang on. Put it back. Where are you? Mrs. Lapras. That was your best card. That's like a $40 card.
And then,
bad.
of course, James's favorite card, the Mabo Stiff. So yeah, nice.
There we go.
Oh.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Once
Thank
again
you
for tuning in.
We've also got, before we do finish, I'll just let everyone know we'll probably do a giveaway, obviously coming up. And Sonny from Card Fever was very kind and generous enough to just donate this PSA 10 Hoops Premium Stock Tyler Hero card. He gave it to me at the show. He goes, give this away to the listeners. So we'll be doing a bit of a giveaway. We'll put that card in with a whole bunch of other stuff like we usually do going into Christmas sauce. That's what we do.
We've got to organise something, do our usual bit of a Christmas giveaway, and we'll see if we can get some other donations from people that want to join. And obviously I always add something in there myself. I'll dig into the collection, find a few packs that I've got sitting around.
That's it. On that note, keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. And peace.
Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double curve.